Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, HAITIANS, the bonus, the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawa coming at you with another lesson, and today's topic is gonna be more of a reply, not to this video, but to the video that the brother had in his in the start of this video. Okay, so we'll play it and then I'll go into it. We're basically gonna be talking about are things innately in us, or are our way of thinking innate in us, or do we have to be guided to it? Okay, and as his thing says, trust what you feel is not biblical. Okay, so let's go.
Say things like, if it ain't in the book, it ain't real. What are you talking about? You mean to tell me you got the audacity to think that everything God wants you to know can only be found in the Bible? When you worship the Bible more than you worship God, it's called bibliolatry. Somebody may be saying, so what are you saying?
Slakia, let's just take a quick peek at this. Bibliolatry, an excessive adherence to the literal interpretation of the Bible. Okay.
So we don't need the Bible. I'm not saying that you don't need the Bible. I'm saying put it in its proper perspective. You sitting up here talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, quoting Ezekiel, Malachi, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You are talking, we preach every week about folk who had no Bible. Moses had no Bible. Joshua had no Bible. Abraham had no Bible. All they had was a word from God they heard and a feeling in their heart. And here we are telling folk to stop trusting what they feel and stop trusting what they hear.
All right.
All right, Slakia. So let's go. I want just the few things that really made me want to do this video was how is so dishonest in what he's talking about. Okay, so
some Christians who say things like, if it ain't in the book, it ain't real.
All right, so obviously well, it obviously depends on what you're talking about, what the subject is, but for the most part, if you say stuff like the story of Lilith, Adam's second wife, if you say stuff like, what's it called? Satan being a fallen angel, and stuff like that. All this is the type of stuff that, yes, it does need to be in the Bible. And then that means it's real, okay? Which I'm kind of more so led to believe that is in that sense, that is kind of what he was trying to go for. Okay, in addition to, I don't know what the let's just hear more what he's saying.
What are you talking about? You mean to tell me you got the audacity to think that everything God wants you to know?
All right, so yeah, obviously, for the most part, the foundation of what we need to know is in the Bible. That is a fact. I would be a liar if I were to say okay, well, how do you do taxes and stuff like that? Obviously there's instances in that case. Okay, yes, that is partially right, but at the same time, the foundation is, and it is from the Bible, and at the end of the day, that the Bible is the source. Okay, because and even actually, as a matter of fact, taxes is a good example, because I don't think the Bible ever says you have to pay. Oh no, it does. It actually does. So the thing is, Yahawashi, he said, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, give unto Yahawah that which is Yahawah's. Okay, so you can give your money, you can pay taxes and whatnot to the rulers of the world, yes, okay, but also for us, or Slakia in general, okay, as return and give number one, give credit to Yahweh, and return that which is the Most High Yahweh's. All right, and it's a very powerful thing, because it really just goes to show like all the ability, all the talents that people have, all the blessings that they've got, all the carnal blessings, spiritual and carnal blessings as well. Return all that to the Most High, because the Most High at the end of the day is the one that bless you with it. All right.
Only be found in the Bible. When you worship the Bible more than you worship.
All right. So worshiping the Bible, worshiping the Bible more than you worship the Most High Yahweh. Okay. But we went into the definition. Okay. Now this is more so a term that was used to like justify Christianity, okay? Because Christianity, they're for damn sure not following the Bible, okay? What's it called? Even in these other religions that actually do follow their, okay, like they don't. No one says stuff like, oh, a Muslim is suffering from bibliolatry, or they have bibliolatry, whatever, okay, because they just keep on following the Quran to a T, or they basically that, okay. They don't say that because number one, well, the main and only thing is those Muslims accept that the Quran is the word of the Most High. Likewise, if you're in this truth, we accept that the Bible is the word of Yahweh, and we don't worship the Bible. The Bible, we worship the Most High, and the Bible is the Most High. So we follow it to a T, as if the Lord spoke these words. Because basically, in all honesty, he basically did. This is the baseline of what he wants us to know and to follow and to do. Okay, it's just as he says, "Thou shalt not eat pork." Okay, that's the word of the Most High, just as the Bible is the word of the Most High. So it's not. So and again, like as I said initially, he makes very dishonest claims, which made me want to, do this video in the first place. Okay, like for him to say the Bible, you're worshiping the Bible. Okay, they're trying to translate in the sense like move the goalposts. Okay, that's translate. It's not just English to French or whatever. Okay, translate means moving something over. So they're trying to translate the goalposts of serving the Most High Yahweh, okay, by saying that it's not by following the Bible, but it's by listening to the words of God. And if you hear the word of God, you get a dream or whatever, or you have a feeling, or quote unquote, you have a feeling that tells you need to go and do something that might contradict the Bible, then you have to go do it, because you can't be focusing on the Bible more than the words or that feeling that you think that you perceive to be from God. That's basically what he's saying. But of course, that is wrong, and I just thought of another precept. 1 John chapter 4 from the top. Behold, beloved, 1 John chapter 4 from the top. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. First thing we need to understand is something before we make a decision, before we perceive something as, oh yeah, this is definitely from the Most High Yahweh, or this is definitely from God, or something like that. Okay, we have to understand, like, okay, but if something like, say, okay, well, eat this pork or whatever. Like you're getting a feeling, this pork is gonna be a really good decision to do. But then you think back, okay, wait, hold on. Didn't in the Bible, or didn't the Lord say not to eat pork? Okay, so that's how you know, like that's not a feeling, or that's not a message from the Most High. It's a demon that's trying to get on you, a demon that's trying to get you to go off. Okay, and hey, this is how you try the spirits. Okay, because how else do you know if you feel something external in you or whatever, or you feel some sort of feeling? Okay, how else are you going to be able to tell that this is from the Most High, Yahweh? Okay, and the only way to do it is, by understanding the foundation of what the Most High Yahweh said to do in the first place. Okay, which is in the Bible. Okay, understanding the Bible and knowing what the Lord wants us to do on a foundational sense, then you'll be able to say, you know what, that doesn't sound like the Most High, so I'm not going to do this. All right. And because they don't have, and I'm just now tying it all together, because they don't have that connection, because they don't have that understanding, they just think, okay, well, the first feeling that I get, I'm just going to go for it. Whatever I hear, whatever I'm guided to, I'm just going to go for it no matter what. Okay, but they don't know that, okay, you know what, actually Yahweh said not to do X, Y, and Z. All right, but because they want the masses to be uneducated. Okay, this is the result. Okay, people following after their own lusts. And this is a prophecy. Second Peter chapter 3 verse 3. Is this the start? Verse 3. Second Peter chapter 3 verse 3. Knowing this verse, that there shall come in last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. Okay, so people who want to do what they want to do, even if you tell them that it's wrong. All right. So yeah, basically, to sum that up, he's trying, again, like I said before, he's trying to translate and move the goalposts of serving Yahweh to get the people listening, or get the listener to perceive that serving Yahweh is something that you do within yourself, and it's not something that is already fundamentally set in stone. All right.
Somebody may be saying, so what are you saying, Pastor? We don't need the Bible? I'm not saying that you don't need the Bible. I'm saying put it in its proper perspective. You sitting up here talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Okay, but like the thing is, you put it into proper perspective. But like, what does that mean if you're not using the Bible as the fundamental crutch before determining is if something is right or not? Okay, like he's trying to what he's doing, he's trying to demonize someone, or more specifically, he's trying to demonize the real prophets, or the people that are in this truth, okay, for actually believing in the scriptures, believing the words of the Most High Yahweh, okay, and we're trying to demonize people that follow that and saying that, okay, well, it's not about the words in the Bible. It's about what you feel and stuff like that. Okay, and then he just kind of like gives that pseudo thing, quote, Slakia. He gives that like pseudo way of, yeah, the Bible is still important, but what's more important is this, okay, or what your perception is more important. Basically, what I'm trying to get at. All right.
Quoting Ezekiel, Malachi, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You are talking. We preach every week about folk who had no Bible.
Okay, now this.
Moses had no Bible.
So now this is what I really want to, get into. You see, the thing is, yes, sure, there was a time, Moses and before, where they didn't have a Bible, or the what's the word, basically the word of the Most High to follow after, read after. Okay, but you see, the thing is, an example of that, and I didn't want to have to search for it, but I definitely should. Oh, right here. Exodus chapter 9 from the top. Then the Most High said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus saith the Most High, Yahawah of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. So the thing is, even though, yeah, Moses didn't have a Bible on how he should act and whatnot, but the thing was, he had, I would say, a pseudo Bible, which the quote unquote pseudo Bible would be the actual Most High Yahawah telling him exactly what to say and do and how to make things going. He basically gave him instructions, and Moses didn't differentiate or go off from those instructions. Okay, just like with the what's it called, the cane that turned into a snake. He said when the Yahawah, he was like, okay, here's a stick that turns into a snake. Just throw it in the ground. He literally taught him how to use it. Okay, and then when the time came for him to use it, he did exactly as the Most High Yahawah instructed him, and it worked out. Moses didn't say, okay, well, maybe if stab the stick into the thing, it'll turn into a flamethrower and whatnot, and then we'll deliver, and we'll be delivered. Okay, no, he went and did exactly what he said. He didn't do it off of his own feelings. He didn't get I feel like I should do this. Okay, and that's and again, like, it is so incredibly dishonest for him to just go and say something like that. Like, how can you like, it just, that truly just goes to show who these people are, and that the fact that they are actually in bed with the enemy. Okay, because they really just do not want people to know. They really don't want people to be in the know. All right, like, they just want people to stay away from the truth as hard as possible. And the reality of it is, a lot of our people, 2/3 of our people, okay, which is 66.6% okay, but it's really just only a small portion of our people are actually going to be able to see through these lies and deceptions. All right.
Joshua had no Bible. Abraham had no Bible. All they had was a word from God they heard and a feeling in their heart. And here we are telling folk to.
Okay, now he literally just changed the meaning, or not change the meaning, but like like falsified something. Okay, so if I'm telling you, if I'm telling you, hey, move this box over there, okay, you don't have, there's no feeling that you have. I'm telling you what to do. I'm telling you how to do it. All you have to do is follow through with it. Okay, there's no feeling. All right, you don't get a feeling like, you know what, I think Kawakab told me, I think Kawakab is right, I should move this box over there. Like there's nothing to it. There's no feeling to it. I just told you to go do it, so go do it. It's literally as simple as that. Okay, and that extends into today, putting it into perspective. Okay, the perspective is, now we have a Bible. Now we have the Word of God in writing. Okay, so this is what we're supposed to do. Okay, there's no external feeling to it. There's no outside sources. It's just the Lord told us to do this. We do it. Literally as simple as that. All right. Let me get into these precepts. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Most High with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Okay, so it says trust in the Most High. Okay, how do you trust in the Most High? All right, you trust in Him by following His words. If He told you to move the box over there, then damn it, that box is going to freaking save your life. All right, or that box is going to serve to be whatever. It's going to be serve to be some good to you. All right, I'm slocky. Just I really just do not like when people just are so dishonest and deceptive. It really gets on my nerves, and I'm over here just straight up. I was watching this video, and I just couldn't get through 5 minutes of it without just, number one, agreeing with the brother, because he definitely brought up some good points. Definitely go watch the video yourself, and just hearing him say that just angered me. Okay, so yeah, don't lead. And as it says in here in Proverbs 3:5, it says, lean not unto thine own understanding. So if because you want to hear I want to put this box in the square section. Okay, when the Lord told you put this box on the X section. All right, like they're trying to think, they hear that, and then they think, okay, well, maybe I should actually put it in square because square fits with. Okay, like again, it's leaning on into your own understanding, and that is what he's trying to do. He's trying to again, like I said, or Slocky, I just repeated it a lot of times, but he's moving the goalposts when it was never, and it's not like that. All it is follow the words of the Most High to a T, and you'll be good. All right. Verse 6: in all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. Okay, so when you are in a situation, then yeah, you're gonna be led by the Most High. Okay, when you have the Most High's word, you have the Most High in your mind, and you actually truly want to serve Him, not trying to do your own lust, or you're secretly trying to do your own lust, which at the end of the day, that's what Christianity is. Okay, yes, they pretend like they believe in a God, okay, but in actuality, they just want to do whatever they want to do, which is why they have a bunch of freaking alphabet people in their congregations. All right, they're again moving the goalposts, and that's not. And in that instance, when you're not acknowledging the Most High, you're disregarding His instructions, and you're not going to be led. Okay, why would the Lord lead someone when the initial starting point, the starting line, you didn't follow what he said. Okay, you're going the wrong way. Proverbs chapter 20 verse 24, man's going of Yahweh. How can a man understand his own way? And at the end of the day, that is the Lord, guiding them into destruction. Okay. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 11, and for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Okay, so again, for those that cannot get it, for those that are not, that are not aware of the truth, or that are not in the truth, and they have a strong delusion. Okay, especially atheism. Okay, because the whole, it really does not make sense that, because like, say for example, a human doesn't start out just as an adult or whatever. There has to be a creator from that. Okay, and that would be the mother and the father. All right, and in that same sense, what's the metaphorical mother and father for humans? Okay, and that would be a God, or the Most High God, Yahweh. All right. Jeremiah 31 verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Most High. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. Okay. So, finally, just the last thing I wanted to go into was, how people like to say that, everything and anything that someone thinks, it's already in them. Okay, no one has to be taught anything, and this is what people have said. Okay, no one has to be taught anything, because it's already in them to do something. It's already in that person to go a certain route. Okay, like for example, one thing was they were saying misogyny, okay, or feminism, misogyny / feminism, okay, that type of stuff. It was always in them, and no one needed to be taught it. Okay, they were just always going to follow into it. Okay, and that just cannot be farther from the truth. Okay. I will say that the Spirit definitely resonates with certain people more than others, but stuff like misogyny, freaking feminism, and believing in their different doctrines involving a God, or the Most High God, Yahweh. All right, all these different types of stuff, you have to be taught it, which is why a lot of times elders and brothers alike often warn brothers and sisters not to go around learning these different doctrines. Okay, 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 7, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Okay, and that was an issue, I believe, for the documentary made by, I believe, WFI, or a guy that used to be in WFI, where he had gotten a bunch of these different books, like the Book of Jasher, Book of Enoch, Book of whatever, and stuff like that. I literally could not name them all, and they said, like, definitely don't avoid most of that stuff, because they will bug you out. And one of the things is what's it called? There was an example of, I know someone that was way back when in their young, I think like 10 plus years ago, they were first introduced into a certain doctrine, and they were told by someone else to learn it, but don't believe it. Okay, but because they learned it and it was like it just clicked in them and like it just stuck on them, because sometimes the Lord will guide someone to something, and that could be to their destruction, or vice versa. Like when, just like how we preach unto the wind. Okay, when we preach unto the wind, when someone hears it, it clicks into them, and then they come into the truth. Okay, in that same sense, people hear these different doctrines, and then they're like, you know what, that makes sense, and then they devote their lives to it. All right, and that's basically the thing. That's basically the thing to look out for. It's not in you, but because you don't want to risk something being convincing you that that's something wrong is the truth. Okay, try to steer clear of it. Okay, and that's me personally. I am not arrogant enough to think that I have I'm not arrogant enough to think that I have a solid spirit, or nothing's gonna change my mind about the Most High Yahweh. Okay, I definitely try to steer clear, but other aspects I'm not afraid, because I kind of do like what's the thing called, contesting for the faith. All right, especially like those Jubilee videos, which I don't mean to sound arrogant, but when I hear like a Jubilee video, or when I see like the Jubilee company, whatever, upload a new video, I'm not afraid to watch it, but I don't want to watch it because I know they're going to basically offend me by in some way, shape, or form insulting the Most High. Okay, and they will make their arguments or whatever, and it's not because I'm afraid that they're going to convert me. It's just, again, I get offended, and I don't like hearing about it. All right, but in other aspects, I would like steer clear from, I don't know, I guess vocab Malone, but only because it's just because like I don't want to. I just don't want to like try, the challenge, and also at the end of the day, debates are pointless. No one in today's day and age actually get convinced when they do a debate. A debate is basically like a dick measuring contest. It's really just a dick measuring contest in terms of like, oh, I'm knowledgeable on this. Okay, which, yeah, I'll admit that I thought doing debates was cool and all, but now it's just not for me, and I'm not. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. If I have to contest the faith, sure, but outside of that, I'm not going to go out of my way to like do any like formal debates and whatnot. But with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, RICANS. Do all honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And with that, I want to say Shalom.